Good evening and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Livingston man, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Livingston, roll that beautiful bean footage.
We all gonna die! We all gonna die! We all gonna die! It's a We All Gonna Die Wednesday!
Boom! We all gonna die Wednesday. Jericho Fox, East Tennessee, Eric M1RV, Michelle PW, Teresa Buchanan, Rural 2IC, Coffee First Then Speak, Southern Tier Prepper, Rob B, Juby Joe. What's up, Donald Huth, loving life. What's good, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Hope y'all are having a fabulous Wednesday evening so far, but you gotta be careful. It is a We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Shorty, good to see you. Canadian in the house. Juby Joe, what's up? Blue Butterfly, what's good? Man, Livingston, man, I got a phone call today from Dodge dealership telling me my truck's all done. Come pick her up at your earliest convenience. We'll see. Prepping Mantis, what's good? King Corso in the house. JBS, what up? I don't know, man. I don't know. Fingers crossed, right? I'm really hoping that they got it right the 57th time out of the gate. So we'll see. We'll see. I hope so. I have high hopes, but we'll see. Livingston man is. Okay. All right. There it is. Boom, the poll has been started. Cast your votes. Did they finally get the air suspension in the truck figured out? I don't know, man. I've been kind of digging driving around this little Jeep Compass, but I tell you what, you can't really put jack in the back of this thing. Like 2 bags of groceries, and it's over. Eric, I got way too many miles for that, and we're just, it's a late in life truck, 160,000 miles, but still under warranty. So, Ram's taking it on the chin with this, bro.
I like Rob's suggestion. If you just tell me you want a Cybertruck,
Yeah, whatever.
could be that guy.
Whatever.
Cybertruck Tile Company.
Jules, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I really hope so. I have to pick it up tomorrow and then promptly test it out. So
You shouldn't even leave the parking lot.
no, I mean, all it took was me sitting on the tailgate, and you were witness to the issue as well. So
It sounds like a cool video. Like I want to watch them, watch them act different when you're filming.
yeah, I don't know.
For insurance reasons, bro. I'm just protecting my ass.
Safety first.
Hey,
Safety
hey,
first. Jules, good to see you. Who else popped in here? Betty Lou in the house. What's up? East Tennessee, Savage Lee, what's good? We're doing Airsoft, bro. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival Facebook group. We are going to one of the premier Airsoft facilities here in the Hudson Valley, Zulu 24. They have a humongous property, and they're constantly updating and upgrading their facilities, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to go put some of our SHTF skills to the test, Livingston man. You could rent an airsoft gun there if you don't have one. You have to have what they call a dead rag, which is just a red piece of fabric that you can pull out if you're hit, which signifies please don't shoot me anymore, because those things freaking hurt, man. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. I think it's like $40 to enter, and I'm not sure what rental fees are, but that's through a different place. Eric, no, it's not where we camped before. This place is totally, totally different. So
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. It's not the place.
it's not the Hornet's Nest. No,
Right.
no. This place is in New Windsor, New York. Rob B says 360 to 500 feet per second. Yeah, there's a legal limit as to how fast these things can go, because beyond that they consider it assault. Yeah. Because man, they can really tear you up. Yeah. And then engagement distance, right? So every airsoft gun gets chronographed for speed, and then they put a tag on it, right? And
Right, I'm saying, as I've done little 6mm BBs, and I think there's bigger ones too anymore.
not that I know of.
Because I remember getting hit with 68 caliber paintballs like at close range, and that shit hurts, dude.
Oh,
I have scars from like paintball.
Yeah.
Like then we learned to make cardboard body armor, and we wear it under our BDU, so it would protect you from getting wrecked like that. But you'd also hear it when you hit somebody, like knock, knock, knock. And it's like, no, I got you, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah. Canadian says frozen paintballs. Ouch. Yeah.
It's been, you take one in the testicle.
Devil
it's
Dog,
all
good to see
over.
you, brother. Donald's internet is working real fast with his 5G T-Mobile cell phone service is working great. That's
Hell yeah.
awesome. Awesome.
Good thing
Glad
because
to
my
hear it.
5G don't work for love or money, dude.
I think the G in 5G stands for garbage.
Glacier.
Because it moves
fast.
that slow.
Yeah.
It's a crawl sometimes. My experience with 5G has been horrible.
I'll be on Facebook just trying to see who reacted how, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a mix, I got thumbs up and cares and whatever. I just want to see
Right.
who did what. And it takes like minutes. I'm like, what information is really involved in this right now that this is taking this long? 5G is, I don't know what.
Crash your whole device.
It's slow. I don't get it. What are you doing? Fix the 5G.
Well, you know,
Like,
we're so rural. The gig
like,
with
oh, thank God I'm on
5G
4G.
is
This should work.
towers. It needs more towers. The more towers it has, the more bandwidth you get. When you're rocking off of one 5G tower
everybody
that's
else,
like
yeah.
26 miles away, it's not going to be so good, you know?
I find it to be, in my area at least, practically unusable.
For sure. For sure. Oh, coffee. Thank you. That's right. Rural 2IC with Workshop Wednesdays live tonight at 9 p.m. So after this, check it out. Check it out. Burl, we shout you out all the time, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Gnostic Nomad, good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. Moldy Soldier says, did who get what right? Had a question on the screen when I logged in. Moldy Soldier, they telling me my truck is done. The question is, did they finally get it right? Or is this thing going to go right back to the dealership again right after I get it?
Did they
Maybe
get it?
before I leave the parking lot.
Because this is the how manyth time?
I don't even know.
It
This
started
gotta
when
be
you came.
5.
It started when you came back from. You took the trip down south and then came back.
January
and it was messed up.
7th, I dropped it off at the dealership. 18 days it was in my possession up until now, which, what's tomorrow? The 29th of May. So 5 months.
I mean, 53% of those polled believe that yes, they got it right this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I appreciate your optimism.
Yeah.
As does Mike. And,
Yeah,
you know,
all you
maybe-
guys got to do is dismiss the poll. There's buttons on the right, and it'll go away. Won't stay all up in your stuff. Won't stay all up in your stuff. But Airsoft, man, I am stoked to go let off some steam and get murked by like 12-year-old kids, Livingston, man. It's going to be awesome. They're going to kick my ass. You know why? Because they're fast, and they never run out of energy. Right? And they don't sweat or anything. They just... I'm dying. I'm walking up a hill like... You know?
They're gonna get throat slammed.
Oh, man. Oh, JBS says, my Ram needs a new pinion bearing. Can't find a shop to do it. Got to buy a whole new rear end. That's terrible, man. Sorry to hear that. I had a Dodge Dakota once upon a time detonated. the rear end in that thing. Holy cow, man. When that thing went, it freaking went. Whew. I got a good mechanic, though. The dealership, we'll see. All right. So the mechanic work that they did to the motor, rock solid. Apparently these air ride systems are just super tricky and testy. And I don't know, maybe they have improved on it since then. This was real early in their air ride life. You know, I think 2015 was the first year of the Ram Rebel, the first year of the air ride thing, and rocking that all out. So, man, maybe, you know, the newer components will fix the older problems. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. Donald Huth is stoned tonight. Mike and the Livingston Man smoking blueberry weed tonight. Right on, Donald. Whatever gets you through the day.
I went to a dispensary the other day. And,
you did it?
Yeah, I was like,
Nice.
oh, hell no.
You're on the list.
It's in an old Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nice, cool spot. And so I'm like, let me get that shit right there. And the guy's like, it's got... And he pulls out this jar of stuff, and he's like, this has that on it. I'm like, looking at this, like, I'm like, it look like microplastics or something. I'm like, what is that? Free resin.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever, a fucking free-form resin, whatever. Like, they distilled the shit off the plant. I don't fucking know.
Little known prepper.
He's
Good
like,
to see.
that weed's covered in that shit. I'm looking at him like, okay, sounds good to me. And he's looking at me like, you fucking handle that, greenhorn. I'm looking at him like, give me that fucking good shit, bro. So he's like, he's like, so you want that? I was like, yeah, I fucking want that shit, man. Whatever, dude. He said to me, good luck with that. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then I smoked the shit, as you do. And I was like, oh, yo, I was hanging on, man. I was like, I see why people would call people call 911, like, because I was like, yo, if you didn't know what the fuck was
dispensary
going
quality
on,
hit you like a freight train.
like, holy shit, bro.
Ohio Valley Prepping, good to see it. Don't smoke whatever he's smoking.
I was like, yo, if you weren't ready for that, like, I was lucky for them. I'd have been there before, but I ain't calling poison control. Hello, 911. I smoked weed. Come on, man, calm down. You're all right. Just get grilled cheese or something. You'll be all right.
Yo,
Oh, no, not the
eat.
pesticides and the PGR. Why do you think I fucking smoke it, dude? You see this Keystone Light, dude? Not worried about it.
Let her rip, tater chip.
What the fuck is fair trade coffee? Gross. I want that, like...
It'll stunt your growth. I think Livingston Man is out of his growth phase.
Yeah, I think...
Maybe.
I don't get any taller.
Hopefully your hair
heavier.
keeps growing. You know,
So-
bless
it
your,
does.
Bless,
bless
your hair. Yeah, that's a good
The
one.
hair that I wish didn't grow does.
Oh man.
It's been chilly still lately, a little bit. Like
Yeah.
the temperature swings. It's trying, but it ain't here yet.
That's
But
weird.
it's why I usually will like shave my like chest and like kind of give myself a summer like haircut.
Okay.
I ain't done it yet. Because as soon as every time I shave my face, it gets cold. I hate it.
Yeah. I think I keep this little beardy thing like all the time because I'm ugly, so it helps hide the ugly a little bit.
I thought you were pretty handsome.
Aw, that's my buddy. Airsoft, man. Tactics? So what I want to point out about these events.
Lie, cheat, steal.
No. Honesty is the best policy. If you think you got hit, you should call a hit. It's as simple as put your hand up and yell for a medic, right? And they can come put you back in the game pretty quick. But trajectory, right? So it is not the same as shooting a rifle, a real rifle. There's very little, if any, recoil. You know?
Yeah. Some of them, I mean, like the highest
high-end
quality
ones.
ones are like virtual mil sim. The
Correct.
next step up
Correct.
is that.
Actual weight,
Yeah.
actual size. The functionality is very similar, and they hurt, man.
He's talking about. I had a Alaskan Thunder one time. That was pretty good. That was good. It was earthy.
Earthy.
I wanted to address. I'm sorry to interrupt your story, but airsoft is really fun. It's not paintball.
No, No. So honesty is the best policy when it comes to hits or thinking that you're hit. And this field allows the use of smoke grenades, pyrotechnic grenades, so explosive pea grenades. There's a lot of options on the table. You cannot use full auto. They want everybody semi-automatic, right? One pull of the trigger, one BB, unless you have an actual squad automatic weapon.
Okay, I was going to
say.
So
if you bring your M249 to the field, they're not expecting you to single fire that.
This is what always got us messed up with paintball, was trying to but because there was rules and it was annoying because like if it was the actual SHTF, like I don't.
Yeah, there wouldn't be any rules.
Right. But there's also no wiping the shot off when it's a real one. You can't just be like, your arm falls off and just wipe it off. Just a flesh wound.
So Airsoft also has things like distraction devices. They call them Thunder Bees. It's basically like a soda bottle with a 12-gram CO2 cartridge. Boom, big, loud, 128 decibel sound. There's also pyrotechnic flashbangs that aren't quite, what the police and military use, but can you use Burna pellets? How big are they, Love and Life? And aren't they, I think the Burna pellets are like pepper balls.
I was going to say, tell me they're like balls of cayenne pepper that like get stuck in your skin. That must hurt.
Ouch. So the Airsoft shoots little tiny 6mm plastic BBs. They're really, really small, but they hurt. They hurt.
What 6mm is like roughly like I'm gonna call it like a
quarter
22.
inch.
Yeah, because
quarter inch.
about 7 mil is quarter inch.
Yeah, almost
like
a quarter inch
22.
hard plastic. Moldy, have a great night, brother.
You can hear them too. They're like,
oh yeah. And if the gun has a low enough feet per second, you can actually kind of matrix out of the way of these things. See them coming. Folks are using black and camouflage colored BBs to eliminate that.
We started that. We found out real quick playing paintball that these guys using the arena grade paintballs, it was like tracers, but they can work in reverse, and we always knew where they were. So we would use either black or green or camouflage paintballs, and it's a game changer.
That'll get you. Yardbird says 6mm. I've had kidney stones bigger than that.
He's sounding like 8mm right now. He's like got the insert like.
Donald says the live chat is glitching. It can. I tell you what, it gets weird.
That's you, Donald. You started talking about that fucking blueberry weed and all kinds of things. You took a trip to the dispensary.
Rip Curl Readiness, good to see you, brother. Seawolf, good evening, welcome. Gen X Gemini in the house. What's up?
You ever go to a dispensary? I always feel weird like in there because it's like I feel like it's like just a white people's trap house. You know what I'm saying? It's like
So this is a good question for you, Livingston man. Katrinka LOL wants to know, what does it feel like to get hit with a paintball?
Oh, it. Okay, have you ever used a weed eater, string trimmer, or whatever you might call it, a weed whacker, and a nice good sized rock comes out, hits you right in the leg, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Depending on how close you are, that's can be what it feels like. I've been shot in every place possible with paintballs before.
You do enough of it.
Right in the top of my head, I learned to wear a helmet that day.
Gnostic Nomad says a wet towel slap. That's probably a really good analogy.
It hurts, and then depending on how close you are, or how. We didn't play with chronometers and whatever else. We just all the boys would show up on a weekend. We just shoot each other, So my one dude had a gun that when they did the chrono test on it at the Hornet's Nest, he blew the bottom of the bucket out with it. It was shooting 410 feet per second or some shit. You get whacked with that thing, bro. You fucking knew it. There was no lying about it because you heard people
Cuddle Bunny says a pump BB gun, 5 pumps.
What's even
I
worse
would compare airsoft BBs to a bee sting, right? Little smaller, depending upon where you get hit. They do have little metal face masks to protect your nose and your teeth and whatnot, and you have to wear full seal goggles, which kind of sucks when you do airsoft because you're running around. You're in high pressure situations.
So you gotta wear the wire mask and goggles?
Well, no, I wear a wire mask just to protect my face, rather than a shemagh or something because when it gets hot out. So your goggles are going to fog up. It's going to happen. And it's not safe to break the seal on those things when people are shooting at you. So we use the buddy system, and we buddy up, and we protect each other and cover, and you can clean your goggles, and watch my back, I watch yours, and get back into it. But that's the worst part for me is the goggles.
To be clear now, Airsoft doesn't particularly make a mess of your gear and clothing. The way that Katrinka is asking about your paintball clothes, when we used to play paintball, that was my paintball clothes. I knew dudes that washed their clothes. And then there was this one dude that didn't. He never washed his shit. He just put it back in the bag when he wasn't using it.
Yeah.
And I would argue he had the best camouflage possible.
Oh, because he was covered in different colored paint.
Yeah, because even if you don't get hit a lot or whatever, there's spray and shit. Even from your own guns and your teammates, they break in like branches and brush and stuff. And even if you're not getting hit, you're still just getting like misted with like green and orange and every other thing. So
yeah, it's much cleaner on that aspect of it. But you're out in the woods, on the trails, in and out of buildings, maybe in and out of windows, climbing stairs. The facility has multi-level buildings, so there's like stairs, there's rooftop access to some buildings, and pending upon whatever games they're playing, I'm going to try and keep the group together as much as possible, and well, depending upon how many people come,
I had one of them paint grenades.
Yeah.
Remember the Tippmann paint grenades, and you like would throw it, and it would, I don't know, it would bounce around. They kind of sucked.
Right.
But so I left it in the back of Mrs. Livingston's car, and the shit went off, dude.
Oh no, disaster.
Yeah, little red Dodge Neon came out and just.
Moonsprouts, good to see you. Grit and Grace, the farming florist. Good to see you, sister. Hope all is well.
Airsoft was a thing when it first came out. I like highly advocated for it, and I talked to all my paintball team guys about it. Well, not really a team, but just we all played together. And I was told in no uncertain terms to go fuck myself. And quote, one homie said, quote, "You want to play that shit, you be playing by your fucking self." And so I took that, kept that. I've never played Airsoft in my life, and I won't, because fuck that. I'll play by myself.
Wow.
Yeah. Nothing against the game, but just fuck that. Because then later in life, this same dude was like, "Bro, you got to play Airsoft with me, bro. You got to play." Fuck you. Nah, bro. I got to go play by myself. You said that.
Gnostic, when you live in a place that embraces that kind of freedom, it's awesome. For us here in the, People's Republic of New Yorkistan, we have to resort to other means to try and make sure that we don't get yeeted in SHTF Livingston, man. So that's my aim, It's just to go out there and try not to die.
Yeah.
Right?
We call
don't break the
911
number
in
one
this
rule.
house.
It's true. Eric says West Point used to have a 48-hour paintball war versus the cadets. Yeah, I think they still do that every once in a while. Sean Stan says the bouncing Betty. Yeah. Oh, the kids? Cuddle Bunny says the kids. Listen, I am probably going to get yeeted by a 12-year-old who does the wicked knee slide past the doorway and light you up as he goes through.
I'm going to grab your kid right by the shirt
so
and
fast.
Chest slam him right to
They're
the ground.
so fast.
So the same dude that I was just talking about, we went and played I don't remember if I told this story like recently, but we went. It was actually his bachelor party, and we went to play laser tag. And like I knew he was right around the corner, and as he stepped around the corner, I grabbed him like by his battle rig, and I threw him like down this, like just down the ramp, just woof, like yeeted his like ass down the ramp. And then we got in trouble. You can't be all rough like that. So the next time I hit him like right square in the chest, I started coming around corners with the stock of the gun, just making sure nobody was there. Can't do that either. And I spent the rest of the match getting fucking lit up in the back by this girl that was on our team. And then they ratioed her for us. She got like this award for like killing her own teammates, and I was just like this loser that got shot a bunch. Yeah, I fucking hate games like that. I remember back in the day, people get tight too, bro. I seen a dude had the remote line hooked up to the shit. He's got his tank in the backpack, and he's got the remote line hooked up, and he tried to throw the gun, and shit fucking boomerang back and hit him, and they got even more pissed off. I've seen good buddies fucking getting a tussle. Fucking.
Oops says, does anyone else have BBs in their rears or thighs? So friendly fire is a real thing, man. Friendly fire is a real thing.
I was there when whoever said the BB gun fights. I was there for those. We just do that.
Those were rough. Those were rough.
Just put your like Levi jeans on and don't shoot my face, bro.
JBS says 100% go out and have fun. Learn what rapid fire can do. Force multiplication, like half-ass ready said. That's right. That's right. Get out there and and it's learning how other people react to things too. Maybe you learned something from somebody there that you didn't know. Maybe you don't know how to cut pie in a doorway. Maybe you don't know what to do when you get to an L-shaped intersection or a T-shaped intersection or multiple doorways across from each other. There's a lot of learning involved in that stuff.
Yeah, Airsoft is better, especially any of these training simulations are and tactics. Because at the end of the day, still you can be like toting a sniper rifle or an M249 simulator, but right off the bat, you got to understand the ballistics are not the same.
No.
Things like this, like you're not making 1,000-yard shot with a fucking Airsoft
gun.
BB.
No,
you know what I mean?
No. And even the sniper rifles, they have a minimum 100-foot engagement distance on any kind of sniper rifle. So
Were they smack harder or something?
Oh yeah. No, some of those are pushing 600-700 feet per second to get the distance on them for a real
By then,
sniper.
the thing's fucking.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. They've really got it down to a science. Some of the BBs are super precise. They put them into machines and they polish them. Some have dimples in them like golf balls, so they get the backspin of like a golf ball. They've really got it down to a science now, and all of them biodegrade, which is the best part.
That's cool.
So
I remember that was a thing originally that biodegradable ones were like a novel at the time, but glow in the dark ones were a thing.
Yeah, the glow in the dark ones are cool, man. I've got a tracer unit for the end of my airsoft gun. It looks like a suppressor, but it's just a tracer unit. So it's got a black light in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they make either metal or like heavyweight 6mm, like so you can use them for a small game. I swear, I do believe that.
Really?
Well, you're bigger than a 177, and you can use those for small game. Like I said, 6mm got to be like.
I tell you what, man, you can get different weight airsoft BBs, right? So if you're up at like a 40.40 gram BB, that's heavy. Most of what people use are 20s, 25s, or 30s in that range.
Friendly fire hurts the same as unfriendly fire. This one time we were playing paintball, and this same fella I've been talking about, he like some untrained like citizen militia got scapped up off the street and handed a gun, and we're in battle, and the other team's over there. And in paintball, it's usually a lot of volley fire.
Okay.
You're trying to just harass them as you get close to one another. You start at two ends and come at each other.
Right.
So it's just a lot of just shooting the fucking air and make it a problem. You got to take cover and get close. Homeboy saw he gonna be John fucking Rambo, and runs across everyone's field of fire just as everyone opens up. And I literally, he was so close, I shot the back of his helmet out.
Aye.
Like it broke his shit. And he turns around, he's like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, wipe it off. Would have just, in real life, he'd have been domed on the ground, like done.
Agent Smith, the pole, my truck is supposedly fixed again for like the 5th time or something like that. Supposedly they fixed the suspension. So the pole is, did they fix it right? I think that's the question, right? Did they fix it right? Prepping Mantis, you have a great night, brother.
If you guys are interested in coming to this thing, you should go to the Facebook group and get in on the event.
Absolutely, man.
Because it's really fun. It's a little scary.
Totally.
Talk about adrenaline. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I never play Airsoft. I'm saying it's fun.
It's
though.
cool.
It's awesome, and you can bring out all your gear, and it doesn't get all painted up and messed up, and you can do your thing. rocking that battle rattle. It's fun. Get to go play Army.
Agent Smith, appreciate it. Rob B says, how much are repairs from the shop usually? Rob B, I have no idea. I have no idea if they stock parts. I have no idea if they even do repairs there. I think there's a phone number, so definitely give them a call, reach out to them ahead of time, and make sure it's all good. Did they fix it into a GMC then? No, Rabbit, no. No, it's still a Ram Rebel, and hopefully it's in better shape than it was when I dropped it off. That's all. Kane Corso says the technology is great when it comes to fixing stuff. I think the problem with this is beware the kid and roofer's knee pads. Cuddle Bunny, thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate it. They'll get you. They'll get you. Knee pads, man. That's definitely think about it. If you're going out to play Airsoft, knee pads. Johnny Highwoods, good to see you, brother.
Knee pads, eye pro, ears.
Yeah.
Anywhere that like that thing might go that you don't want it to, a cup for male and or female, I don't care. You don't. There's places you just don't want to get hit with one of these things. It sucks harder than like arms and torsos, like whatever. Ow. But you catch that random one right in the like tip of your fucking pinky or some shit.
Dude.
Like,
I got one. I got one in the teeth. Chipped my front teeth, man.
I took a paintball.
And the lip, swelled my lip up. Oh man.
I had a paintball hit my mask right where the breather port is, and it shattered the paintball, and the shell of it hit my lips and mouth,
yuck.
and I was bleeding with green paint and shit. It was really
Yuck.
cool, man.
Yardbird says a half an hour in, and HVPAS hasn't bragged once about his RAM boxes. True. Well, I haven't had them. Are my back to taking chat donations? Sure, Eric. Totally. Yeah, the monetization. I turned the monetization back on a while ago. Once they decided to, I guess, stop slapping the channel down, they never really gave me a real explanation or anything. But all of a sudden, everything worked again. So I just was not going to argue with them. Scott Hummer, good to see you, brother.
A lot of fond memories of playing paintball. We did some epic stuff. Like, it was fun, you know? It's like,
yeah. It's a blast.
If you're into this sort of thing, you should check this out. This is coming up, 2 weekends from now?
Yeah, I think so.
Not this one, but the next.
The 7th.
Yeah, not this one, but the next.
That's right. It's a blast, man. I enjoy, well, let's say I used to enjoy. It's been a while since I've done this, so I got to get all the gear out, make sure everything works. Do not bring an airsoft gun that's not in a case. Put it in a case, some sort of case.
And put the whole, locker.
And your real
barrel plug
your
thing.
firearms, they stay locked up at all times. Do not bring your personal protection out there. These things get real. They get real fast. And folks sometimes grab the wrong thing because everything gets real fast.
He's just a real dude. Just what a troll bot would say. He really is a dude, y'all.
But
there's two of them now. JBS and Half-Ass Ready are the same person. He's Agent Smith too, probably. Yeah. Takes one to know one, pal.
I've seen them.
Yeah. Of course you'd say that.
Yeah, Half-Ass Ready's seen them too. Juby Joe says, anyone jumped out of a vehicle before? I was thrown out of one. This ain't no fun.
I've been thrown off of them, jumped out of them. Been that guy. I stepped out of a moving vehicle once. It wasn't going that fast, but still did. And whatever.
Yeah, tuck and roll, Grandma. Ghost Lincoln in the house.
Remember when Beavis fell out the fucking tour bus, whatever that was, and Beavis and Butthead Do America? They jumped out the back of that dude's trunk and fucking caused a 10-car pileup. I'm like,
that's crazy.
Whatever.
Not for me, man. I'm old. I don't bounce back anymore.
I've done a lot of fucking cool shit
wrong.
back.
It's
if I were to write a memoir through a ghostwriter, I'd need someone to provoke the memories. But grew up on the mean streets, done all kinds of dumb shit, bored kids. What do they call that? It's the Gen X to Gen Z transition.
Eric.
So much. much, bro.
Thank you so much, brother. You did not have to do that.
Where like our coming of age years, we didn't have the constant technology and screens everywhere.
No.
I grew up in a house that had one television. It was mad fucking small.
Yeah.
And
Somebody was watching it.
Yeah, like
Not you.
yeah.
Don't you touch that dial. You
Dial.
either watched
And a
what they
remote
were.
control.
No,
I
it was a
didn't-
dial. Don't touch the dial.
I remember thinking we was moving up in the world. We got
Man.
a TV with a remote control. It was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Man must be doing some
Digital.
overtime.
It's digital.
How could the future be any greater? The kid next door got like a Nintendo Entertainment System for Christmas. We were like,
Yeah, we're at his house.
yeah, Christmas Day.
everybody.
Like, thanks, Mom, Dad, going to my
Everybody
homeboy's
was
house.
there. Yep. The whole town. When the first kid on the block got the Nintendo, everybody was there to play Tecmo Bowl.
We built this like treehouse thing in front of my mother's house, and then we had a tire swing that we looped over this branch. What we'd do is sit in a treehouse, and because we were really smart, we would wait for a car to come, and we would swing down out of the treehouse in the tire in front of the car.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, we would just do that shit because what could happen.
Juby Joel said she rolled in a ditch and stood on my feet. They were impressed, which gave me time. Well, if you got to jump out of a moving vehicle for a bad reason, that's never a good time. When your feet hit the ground, you better be like Fred Flintstone in it just to get the hell out of there. For real.
What's the like? How do you tell like when are you supposed to just be like I'm dead? I've played like what they call Iron Man with people where they're like, no, you gotta shoot me till I can't take it no more. So we would, but some of these guys are a little crazy. Like,
Ugh.
remember this one dude? Like we're like he shot him once and he just kept shooting us. Like what are you doing? He's like, psh. So we like then 6 people unloaded into him, but he loved that. I mean, what do you do with a guy that acts like that?
Sister Marie says, I was the remote control rabbit ear adjuster, only 3 channels. That's right. You had to adjust the tinfoil every once in a while. You get them solar storms and your TV signals going.
I've never seen
That's it. Not watching the shows tonight, Ma. No save game on the OG Nintendo. That's right. That's right. His memories of pausing the game, going to school, and praying that Mom didn't turn it off while you were at school.
Yo.
You had that TV on all day?
Or you'd come home and it was doing the blink. And
Yeah.
take it out. Do not blow in the cartridge. Like, whatever. That
No,
works.
you got to put your tongue in between the cartridge and the thing to get it to work. 3 channels in your house growing up.
That's a new one.
We didn't have jack, man. I remember.
You're talking about putting the tongue in the
getting
Nintendo
cable.
cartridge. What I'm talking about. See, now, I was willing to concede that only the person that owned the game could blow in the cartridge properly. But you are doing like cartridge lingus over here. You're like cleaning them out. Like the copper.
Oh, the vice lock to turn the dial. Yeah, when you break it, then you got to get the pliers out.
Yes. Oh no! Yeah, but
yeah.
if you were so inclined, you could make your own antenna out of like aluminum foil, like off the little post that snapped off, so you'd have like the thing. If you're,
Agnostic Nomad says either you beat Contra or you didn't. I didn't.
we made it to level 6. Me and my
didn't.
homie, we made it to level 6 one time, and I had blisters on my fingers,
No.
dude.
Cheat codes and the whole 9. No,
Even
it
doing
was-
the 30
it
live
was
shit.
just, It was too much.
Yep.
It's too
Got to
much.
level 6. It was an ice planet. Shit was fire.
Excite Bike. Yeah. Now we're talking.
Yeah. All right. So we got a bunch of old heads up in the chat. Everybody's Unk and Gramps up in here.
Old Mutt says, I was an angel, never broke the law. That's my story, and I'm sticking allegedly.
Of course, and of course we believe you.
Zelda. Yeah.
Up, down,
Oh,
down,
the
left, right, left,
the
right, A,
coat
B, B,
hanger.
A, start, select.
Man, listen. Frogger on Atari 2600. Teresa.
The first video
All
game
the way
system
back.
I ever had, my parents bought at a yard sale. It was an Atari, I want to say 26 or 2800.
Okay.
And I had a video game, it was the Journey video game, like the band Journey.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Twisted Pac-Man. And like, yeah, like there were so many fucking cool games for these things.
No, I had Coleco Vision. Had the weird controller. All the numbers on it.
Okay,
I used
yeah.
to play like Pitfall and stuff.
I've seen like all of my buddy of mine had an Atari, the Jaguar, like the 64-bit like system
kidding.
before Nintendo came out with them. And then Nintendo 64 came out, and then this little known game that nobody's ever heard of before called GoldenEye 64 came out. And all the reason there's even such a thing as PUBG and Fortnite is because GoldenEye 00764 came out, and then the rest was history.
Agent Smith says, I have a program for my PC called an emulator, and I have every Nintendo and Super Nintendo game made. That's awesome.
They have them for everything. I have one for the Sega Genesis, so I could play Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, that's right. Just playing, clicking the little ball back and forth. I remember trying to play with...
Pong.
Yeah.
It's the first video game.
With one each controller, play against yourself. That was terrible. I
remember the Mac 2C computers when Hudson got a whole 2 computers.
Yeah.
They had floppy disks, and you could play pause to tell you how to type. And the Oregon Trail, everybody, come on. If you don't know what we're talking about, you're either too old or too young. I don't know.
Cuddle Bunny, tank on Atari 2600. Those were the coolest tanks ever. It's just 2 rectangles that shot straight lines, and it was the coolest shit ever.
Yep.
Ever.
See, we're showing our age here.
JBS is the first gen Airsoft.
I remember when paintball was called Gotcha.
Oh, I had gotcha guns back in the day.
It's the same thing, but evolved.
Yeah. It was just like snot with a little piece of plastic in the middle. Those were the worst, man. I can't tell you how many, my mother's, you ruined your clothes. You got gotcha balls all over your clothes.
We got Oregon Trail when I was in John L. Edwards school, and I think that went to 4th grade. So I think that we got Oregon Trail when I was in 4th grade. This would have been, I'm going to guess...
You died of dysentery.
I want to say 1990, probably.
Yeah. That and Carmen Sandiego, 2 computer games I remember.
I didn't die from dysentery, but I'll tell you
what.
what, my whole fucking family did, though. I didn't stock up on shit.
I can't spell dysentery either, JBS. I could say it, but I can't spell it.
I
know what medication to take for it, but I can't spell it.
I shot Mad Buffalo along the way. I didn't buy no food. All I did was buy wagon parts. Took the whole fam. All I bought to start the journey was wagon parts. Grueling pace. I'm going to get this done. And I buried all of them along the way. But I sailed that damn. I caulked the wagon and sailed it down the Columbia River. I beat that shit. And I printed it out because the teacher thought I was bullshitting.
You did it.
Control P. Bruh.
Jericho Fox played the Oregon Trail and the computer in elementary school. Yeah, well, middle school. Middle school is what I remember.
There was you either had the first generation screen where it was green, or you had the second generation screen that I think could do green and orange, and they could tilt a little bit too. Remember that? You could move the Apple monitors just like a little bit. You could tilt them in frame. Big old.
Those computers are worth like mad money.
You turn it on and you could hear it. Making this noise like a dog whistle.
Old stuff, man. Old stuff. I bet you find one of those things like sitting on a shelf in a basement. As long as it hasn't been submerged in water, I bet you that motherfucker still works.
Yeah.
I bet you that shit still works.
Then MS-DOS came out. C/boot win.
He was writing code out right then and there. Telling you. Listen, I think we need to look at preparedness moving forward as to what's repairable, right? If I'm going to invest money in something, I certainly want something I can fix, or the means to fix it, right? Like I see you've been investing properly in metal mounts.
It's aluminum.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they don't break.
See, so you spend a little bit more on something quality, and this thing is going to last, as opposed to you drop the plastic one and it broke, right? Shit happens.
Better fire up the $3,000 3D printer.
South Florida, good to see you. But I think it's important to be able to repair stuff or look at things from a repair perspective going forward here, because who knows what the economy is really going to do in the future. There's a lot of talk here and talk there. But repair, spare parts, things like that. Those are the things that will make your life better.
Yeah. Now I heard it called Tools for Tools. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yeah, like that was a trip, that game, bro. But like even in terms of some people might call it like freedom seeds, like you got this tool but it doesn't work without these things.
Yeah.
That goes all the way right to your workshop too. Okay, so you stocked up on tools. You got a screw gun and this, that, the other thing. But you got to have screws. You got to have nails.
Yeah.
You got to have
drill bits,
hose clamps, batteries, wires, cables. The entire infrastructure of like literally just this one thing.
Ooh, Cane Corso. That's the attitude. Preppers have repair kits for everything. Guns are no exception.
Yeah, spare
Amen.
parts, bro. It's not
Amen.
We talked about this on the Horseman last night, where I said that, like, it's not crazy to, like, plan for the future, like, in any regard.
No.
Did you go to the grocery store and get food for the week? Congratulations, prepper.
You plan for the future.
Yeah, it's not even this ridiculous thing that it's made out to be. It's
No,
like common
it certainly
sense
doesn't
in
have to be.
human nature. Do the squirrels not gather nuts, Michael?
Dan Rose, good to see you. South Florida Doug in the house. Rural 2IC says, use your preps. Get them out of the package. I could not agree more, my friend.
You got to know.
Yeah.
Is it worth it or not? And you don't want to find out this thing's a piece of shit right when you need it to not be a piece of shit.
That's right. Devil Dog says, I'm just going to go over to the Livingston Man if I run out of screws and nails.
I'm going to need you to talk to Vision about what happens.
I tell you what,
coming to Livingston, man.
if you're coming to me for screws and nails, what you're going to get is the jar of the ones that I pulled out. We call them paw nails because those are the ones that paw would use. You got to
just re-nail,
just
straighten
bang
out.
it straight with the hammer and put it back in the jar. You could reuse that nail. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Cuddle Bunny says, invest in 10 millimeter sockets. It's true. Those things, they just vanish, right?
There are certain things when it comes to tools that you don't really need. You want to go and buy the giant freaking Snap-on toolbox and every tool.
Sure.
But honestly, what you want to do is grab we're all normal people, right? Right. We're all normal people. So like, what do you got? Like your lawnmower or your 4-wheeler or your bug out vehicle, even your truck or your actual vehicle and shit. Do like a basic maintenance on said vehicle, whichever one, pick one. Start with your lawnmower. They're usually easy.
Oh, yeah.
And then figure out what tools you need to actually do it. When I do the stuff at work, we all use John Deere equipment, and I need like 5 tools to do like a tune-up on the lawnmower. I don't need a 192-piece fucking box.
No.
I need like these 3 things, and I know which ones they are because they're all rusty from me touching them all the time. The rest of it's perfectly brand new.
They stay good.
I mean, yeah, I got that 1764 socket, but like for what? It's okay. Who deleted it? What do you say?
Some random dude did it on accident. Sometimes a dog jumps on your lap, and things happen. It happens. It happens. Apologies. Cherokee survival.
What?
Yeah, it was total accidental. Yeah, if you're a mod and you hit the wrong button, you can delete a comment really easy. I've had the dog jump on my lap and delete half a page of people's shit on the Angry Preppers chat, and he's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Sorry, bro, the dog jumped on me. I gotta go unban 10 people right now." It happens. It happens.
Tools are a funny thing because lots of people are. I was always worried about it too. Like, I don't know how to do that.
Ah, man, you got to figure it out.
And then all of a sudden, you just, if you just read something or watch a video and you know how to do that.
Yeah.
The infrastructure of your own house, especially if you're a bug-in type, you should know how to make plumbing repairs, electrical repairs, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning repairs and/or maintenance.
Yeah.
Your water system. Just because Culligan's not coming to SHTF for the big emergency. Culligan's not coming to change the salt in the softener.
No. No, you got to figure it out.
JSP is not coming because the rodents chewed the PEX pipe.
No, you got to figure it
And
out.
with simple handheld tools and products that you can acquire now, you can be ready to be like, well,
Yeah, you can tackle it. you can tackle. And don't be afraid to ask a tradesman, you know, be like, hey man, if I got into a scenario where one of these pipes broke, how would I go about putting that thing back together like quick?
There can be two kinds of tradesmen.
Yeah, he's either going to tell you, you fucking call me and you pay me, or, hey, you know, first thing you got to do is shut the water off.
Right.
Second thing you're going to want to do is drain the water down. You're going to want a slide coupling, right? And you're going to want some solder and some flux. And you're going to have to sweat a little thing on there and, you know, stop the leak, but make sure the water's off and the water's out of the pipe. That's a true tradesman, you know, passing on some knowledge to somebody. And then, like you said, you have you call this number and you talk to my secretary, and she'll dispatch me to your domicile, and I will fix your leak for $742 an hour.
I'm talking about, see, right here. They're called shark bites, and plumbers hate them.
Sure.
And electricians hate Wagos, they're called. But there's both of these. You should know what you're doing, at least the basic concepts.
Totally.
But what they are, not so much the Wagos. They're stay out of the electrical boxes unless you know what you're fucking doing. I hate when people do that, because way it was put to me is plumbing is like, if the plumber messes up, you get a puddle on the floor. If the electrician messes up, you die in the house fire. I was like, okay, Jesus Christ. But it kind of can work that way, although it's often very actually hard. If your house has modern electric, you'd be surprised how hard it is to burn it down accidentally, but it still can happen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Any electrical upgrades you'd want to do, you should consider doing those now, because just again, all of a sudden SHTF gonna happen, and you ain't going to the store to get fucking Romex cable. You ain't going to get new outlets. You ain't doing none of that.
Stay safe, love and life.
And a question that I often comes up, I work in the handyman field. I got to show up. I seen some things that were questionable when it comes to people's work, but the overriding question is, did they fix the problem
at the time?
And does it work? Now, usually if I'm there, it doesn't work anymore. But I'm like, sometimes you find it hard to put yourself in their shoes, but there you are in their shoes. Yeah. The other option is rip everything out and redo it. Right, and this is like almost never the case. You can't just like, somebody has the damn mice ate the water line, and you're not like, I'm not repiping the whole house with like copper because that happened in one place. I'm gonna set a mouse trap and fix the hole in the pipe, is all I'm saying. Ghost Lincoln says, electrical, don't put your mouth on it. I tell you what, man. It's plumbers and electricians are definitely all enemies, JBS. I've seen electricians drill through pipes, and I've seen the wires run through the pipes. These guys that jack each other off like that on purpose. Terrible. It's like, would you two just get a room already? It's terrible. I was a renovation contractor for a very long time. So I've done everything from gut an old house and modernize it, to repair out-of-level floors, to build a brand new home from the ground up. There's a lot to be learned in the renovation field about, there's the right way to fix things, and then there's what's going to support this and carry it forward without them having to tear the whole house down. So I get that there's a level of fuckery that has to be done sometimes, and sometimes you have to sacrifice something, and hopefully it's the lesser of all of the evils that you're going to hide behind the cabinets and the countertop and everything else. Hopefully you can get away with it, but when you're on job sites, you're getting paid money to do this. Now we're speaking of this in like today's terms. Like, we have these codes and rules, and it's got to look good. Yeah. It's got to work good. It should be tenant proof, or idiot proof, if nothing else. As much as possible, right? Within cost and with whatever the time that you have to do the job. But if you're just a homeowner, like, again, I can't stress enough that you should learn how to do this stuff yourself. Because there's dumb things that'll happen, like my furnace runs on fuel oil. It lost prime. I got a brand new tank of fuel. I ran it dry. Right. Got a brand new tank of fuel. It wouldn't light. And I'm like, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do furnaces, bro. And then I got frustrated. I turned the wrench. Pushed the button.
and the fuel comes out.
I drank a White Claw. I watched a YouTube video.
it.
Grabbed my 10mm wrench.
Did it faster without the White Claw.
I was being obstinate.
I know I've done it so many times before. That's all.
I went from not knowing how to do this whatsoever and thinking that I shouldn't be having to even do this to like, fuck that. And I needed
I'm cold.
a 10mm wrench and made the damn furnace work by myself. And, you know, it's that easy. Almost anything, there's a YouTube video for it. They'll tell you what tools you need. You should definitely have a first aid kit. You should have that.
Oh, yeah,
a
man.
disaster kit, you should have that. But if you're a bug-in type, especially, or even
You
today,
better have tools.
Even if nothing happens and just, God forbid, like tomorrow occurs, get you a little home tool kit. Like, because another thing that who all these people that ain't gonna show up when SHTF happens.
Oh, that's true.
Perhaps you think your landlord's gonna come fix your sink when SHTF happens. It's not gonna happen. Your landlord don't come to fix your fucking sink now, does he? No, he sends me to do it, and I'll get there when I can. So, you know, the sooner you can just figure that out, because it's easy. And tradesmen, again, there's three kinds of tradesmen. There's the one that's going to tell you, call me with fucking bullshit, fucking break, fucking good job there, kid. So call me. The other guy who's going to help you along, teach you how to do it. And the third guy who's going to...
Cuddle Bunny. Much appreciated, brother.
There's the third guy who's going to wish, like, right up the middle of those two, like...
Yeah.
I say just learn the stuff yourself. You don't have to be a master of all trades.
Yeah, no, but immerse yourself in it a little bit, you know? Get your hands dirty.
There are people in this world, and they exist because I've seen them, that think that if the light bulb goes out, you have to replace the whole light.
Yeah.
They think that because they just don't know. And
It's true.
What you don't know is what'll get you, because you'd be surprised how easy it is to know stuff these days. And that's another thing you should capitalize on before SHTF occur, because then maybe the Google won't work.
You got to know Google. It no work.
See,
no work.
you learn the stuff now, because might not be able. I've been out here to come. I saved the PDF in my phone. All right, cool, man. But just why don't you? What if we just
Let's try it.
turn the wrench? Go do it.
It's true. It's true.
What's the worst that's gonna happen?
You break it. Is it not already broken?
Right? If you're going to do CPR on somebody, doesn't that mean they're already dead? You're not going to make them any more fucking dead. All right, so what are you going to do? Fucking break
That's
it
right.
worse?
And make sure you get quality medical training from Strategic ETC if you're in the New York Astan area. If you have a group of people that need medical training, reach out to Strategic ETC. Give them a call. They can get your group up to speed, your business into compliance, anything else that you may need medical wise. Check them out. Good people doing good things. Appreciate everybody stopping out tonight for the We All Gonna Die Wednesday. I indeed do. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for your donations. Cuddle Bunny, Eric M1RV, anybody that I missed, appreciate you being here. Tigress, good to see you. No building codes where I'm at. I built everything on my 2 acres. That's awesome. Awesome.
What's with the poll? I can't see that. So it looks like, we got a 51-49 for yes. I mean, that's a typical American election right there.
Right down the middle. Right down the middle. Is the truck going to make it? 51-49. Majority say yes.
Will the will of the people be upheld, or will we see some electoral college? We gonna find out.
On thought we were supposed to die Thursday. Tomorrow morning, I got to go pick her up from the old dealership.
I think you should definitely drop an update
tomorrow. Yeah,
when you're picking it up.
Oh yeah,
I want to meet the guy. I want to when you're talking to
I'm not gonna.
This is the guy from the dealership that says my truck is fixed. No, I think maybe he'd act different if you were like that.
Maybe he act different, but it don't mean the truck gonna be fixed any different. Either it works or it don't. Either way, I'm going to take it to work tomorrow.
Ask him, is he willing to bet?
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to start a poll live. Is this guy for real?
Did it really happen? Did he really fix it? Is it going to happen? Is the thing going to happen? Hopefully all the lug nuts are tight and everything's good to go, because, I've had that experience recently as well.
I forgot to torque the lug nuts.
Yeah, man. So, always check things.
It's supposed to do that.
Always check
Fine.
things yourself.
Fine.
Make sure that somebody did a good job. Livingston, man, take us out of here with that beautiful bean footage. Stay safe, everybody.
We all go